So the cat is finally out of the bag with the Pixel phones. Yay! Now, they're being greeted very differently from very different user bases. Techies and in the tech group kind of think the phone's a bit of a ripoff, being priced so high. And other more mainstream consumers are taking to the phone pretty well. They love the new camera and they think it's an all-around great phone. I've been looking at a lot of comments on Google's YouTube page on the newer Pixel videos to see, kind of how people are taking to it. A lot of people seem super excited about it. So it'll be really interesting to see how this thing does once it actually does release later this month. So in this video right here that you're watching today, I'm actually going to give you my reasons why I'm upgrading from a Nexus 6P to the new Pixel XL. Let's get going. Let me get this first out of the way is any disclaimer about this video. I've been using Nexus devices for a very long time now. I've had Nexus devices ever since the Nexus 4, I believe. So I'm pretty invested into these Google branded phones, and that's one of the main reasons I would say is why I'm upgrading to the Pixel right now, is because the Nexus line is dead and the Pixel is just the reincarnation of that. Seriously though, if you guys have never used stock Android, you should really try it out. It's top notch. Unlimited 4K video and photo backup. Google Assistant, free Daydream View VR headset, super incredibly fast 15-minute quick charge, and I'm a pretty big fan of the design too. Now you still might be wondering, and I'm still wondering too, if this is actually enough to upgrade from a very decently priced, beautifully built Nexus 6P. It's not just one of those bullet points though. I can't pick one out and say that is why I'm buying this phone because of that one bullet point. It's more of the accumulation, all the different bullet points, everything that adds up, I hopefully think is gonna make one hell of an experience. Now I know at least us in the Android camp have been asking and begging Google for so long to come out and create their own hardware and say this is our hardware. And now we have a bunch of new devices made by Google, branded by Google, and people are fucking pissed. Well, naturally, it's the internet, so it kind of makes sense. But what we need to realize is this new initiative is not just about a phone, because if so, the press conference would have only been about the Pixel. Google wants to create a smart ecosystem, an intelligent ecosystem with Google Home, with Google Wi-Fi, with the Pixels. They want to create a connected home where your refrigerator can talk to your light bulbs, can talk to your oven maybe. So all you have to do is say, hey, turn on the lights in the living room, and then it's automatically gonna do it for you. They wanna take the tech out of the way. They wanna take the screen out of your face so you can get back to life. Now that we're in a mature smartphone environment and things really haven't changed that much, it's all about the software and doing the little things correctly. And that's what makes the big difference. Now we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, the price. Yes, it's expensive, but Google wants to play with the big dogs. The price gets a little easier when you finance it, which is a pretty popular option nowadays through either Verizon or the Google Store, coming to just between anywhere from 24 to 34 bucks a month. Now, Nexus devices were so cheap because Google was not looking to make money with these. With them being priced the way that they were, there was probably little to no profit margin at all. But Google was okay with that. They're simply meant to be collaborations with other manufacturers to show what Android should be like. There was no marketing, there was no profit. Google didn't care. Now with the new Made by Google line, there will be marketing, there will be support, and Google is becoming an OEM. We really need to stop thinking of this new Pixel phone as a niche Nexus device that's not gonna sell a lot. We need to start thinking about it on the lines of high-end flagship phones such as the Galaxies, the iPhones, and whatever Motorola and LG have. Now, as long as you pre-order the Pixel from either the Google Store, I think even Verizon is doing it, you do get a free Daydream View headset pretty cool. Now that will save you about 80 bucks if you were gonna go out and buy it at the store. Where I really see potential with this thing is if you're on a train or you're on a bus or even on a plane, you know, traveling long distance, and so many people you see they're hunched over their phones like this watching Netflix or something. Well, with the View, you're not gonna be hunched over your phone. I know it still does look a little goofy with the phone by your face, but the way that it's designed, it looks a little less sci-fi tech nerdy, and it looks more like, you know, your clothing or something. Anyway, imagine watching Netflix on a simulated screen that looks like it's 60 or 70 inches to you rather than being, again, hunched over your phone and breaking your neck. That's not fun. The JK Rolling Wizard game kind of looked pretty cool with the wand and everything. What I'm really excited about is to see what other better developers can do with the new VR technology. But I think what really makes this headset next level, or the next step, is the simplicity of use and the remote that comes with it. Everything just kind of seamlessly works, so you're gonna put your Daydream ready phone right into the VR viewer. It's gonna work via NFC, it's gonna connect everything, launch Daydream automatically in your remote, your pointer and everything. Supposedly works pretty good, and it automatically pairs to your phone and the headset, which is pretty cool. The driving factor on why I'm upgrading from something so similar in the 6P to the Pixel is because of software. Google did this on purpose. They're leaving out lots of different things on the Nexus version, at least for the time being, like Google Assistant, because they're not dumb. They want you to upgrade to the Pixel for these new features. It is kind of a dick move, but Google does as Google wants, and I typically upgrade my phone every year anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Keep it tuned right here, guys, until Pixel launch day. I'll be having loads and loads of videos on Daydream View and the new Pixel XL, so if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead down below and subscribe. Welcome to the channel. I'll see y'all later. People have always said virtual worlds are better. Well, I never believed it until this day. I'm starting Tuber Simulator.